Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my micro suburban homestead vlog. I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about my experience with having chickens. Some of you may know what we opted to do was go through a company called Rent a Chicken. And for years, my husband wanted to have chickens. We talked about having them 2 or 3 years ago. We actually put in a plan with the town, and we were going to build this enormous coop and run, and we were going to have a half a dozen birds. And then we had this big home disaster, and that never happened. But he always wanted them, and I kind of didn't. I was worried about how much work it would be, and could I manage it? Could we manage it? So we opted to rent a chicken. And through Rent a Chicken, if you have never had birds, this is a nice way to introduce yourself to the process. And we got 2 birds, this tiny little coop, and there's our birds behind me. And we got this tiny little coop, and this allowed us to try it out and see just how much work was involved. And it really, 2 birds isn't a whole lot of work, and it's been worth the investment. They're a lot of fun, they're funny, they really do have their own personalities, and we get fresh eggs, and we get their amazing, wonderful poop that I get to put into my compost pile along with the wood shavings, and that gets added to my compost, and it really is a benefit to my garden throughout the coming months and for next year. I even intend to next year use them in my garden in the form of a chicken tractor to do some of the tilling, and again depositing that magical poop into the ground, and they will help my garden be even better. But they really are just a whole lot of fun. But at the end of this season, we instead of just having these 2 chickens, we'll be turning in our coop. They're going to bring us 2 more birds, and I have spoken with somebody just over the border in Wisconsin, and we're having a larger coop and run built, and we'll have 4 birds. And it's just really pretty exciting and a lot of fun. Really, having 2 chickens isn't much more work than having 1 or 2 cats in your home. Again, I didn't want to start with chicks. That was just going to be that much more work, and having the hens already laying was exactly what I wanted. So, given with COVID and everything else, personally, I also think this is really great if you have kids at home and you're looking for something to do. If you homeschool and you're looking for maybe a homeschooling project, you might want to look into this as well and get your birds in the spring in your coop. And it's a great way, it's sort of a biology lesson, it's an agriculture lesson, it's a life lesson. It teaches about a life cycle, and your kids are going to learn a lot, and they're a lot of fun. Just remember, just like we've learned all through COVID, wash your hands. They are living animals, and the other thing that people have been asking me is, how long do they live? Chickens can live 15 years, but the reality is we got these birds for food production, so we intended to have them for laying eggs. And right around 5 to 8 years old, they really have reached their laying life cycle. So after that, they're going to be soup. And yes, we do get a little attached to them, but going into this with the knowledge that yes, I've named them, but they are food, they're producing food, and in the end, they're still going to be food. I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan, I'm not a Buddhist, I'm okay with it. If you're not, fine. Maybe you want to keep them as pets. That's your business and your choice. I do me, you do you. Let's not lecture each other on that, okay? Something's crawling on me. Anyway, just thought I'd talk to you a little bit about my chickens and let you know where we're at with that. I'm going to be posting probably tomorrow or the next day about the composting and how I add this to my compost pile, and how the composting system has been working for me in my garden, and how I intend to use that, what I'm doing now, what I'm going to do differently next year, and how all of that's going to evolve. So follow along if you're interested, and remember, if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. That'd be awesome. You have a great weekend. Bye.